Hey BBWs, we're so excited to announce our first sponsor, Burn the Patriarchy Candles. Burn the Patriarchy's candles are handmade soy candles with a feminist agenda.
They are made in small batches, so they will sell out.
You can buy these sweet little babies at www.burnthepatriarchycandleco.com. At checkout, enter the promo code BLOCKBUSTER to receive 10% off.
Again, that's www.burnthepatriarchycandleco.com, promo code BLOCKBUSTER. Thank you.
Bye.
Come with us where the corn is popped and the throwback Thursdays never stop. It's a magical land not far away. All you have to do is just press play.
So,
hop on the couch and close your eyes. Gonna party like it's 99. Join us, watch the movies of our lives with Blockbuster Eyes.
Welcome to Blockbuster Wives, where your two favorite 90s babies talk about movies from the era of a certain blue and yellow video rental store. I'm your host with the most eggnog, Shea Baby.
And this is Stacy, not always kind, but always unwinds Christmas lights.
Ah!
And you're listening to
Blockbuster Wives.
Holiday Edition. Can you feel it? Can you feel the holiday spirit?
Do you feel it?
It's coming for you.
It's
right behind you.
It raining.
It really is like
right behind us.
Right behind us. It is fully in December. We're sorry that our first holiday episode's a smidge late, but it is the holidays. We got a lot going on.
Honestly, Stacy had a beautiful Friendsgiving last weekend, which was in Creds. It was so much fun. Everyone saw her house and was like, holy fucking shit. And you guys have been here since the beginning, like since the conception of like her even thinking about getting a house. So like you've been on this journey with
You're
us.
so right. Yeah. This house was not even a twinkle in my eye when we started the podcast.
Nope.
And who knew that 6 months later we'd be here
None of us, but we're
In
so
this-
glad that you've joined us on this journey.
in this wood paneled den.
This sex palace of your, I don't know. I just think it's so like sexy and cool.
Of creativity and vibes.
Exactly. But we welcome you guys. We're so glad to be back for the start of our holiday hooey wuddy.
Holiday hoopy wuddy.
Holiday hooey
If you don't know what that's from, you're about to find out this month.
Stay tuned because you're going to be so annoyed during that. That's me and Stacy's favorite movie. Name that movie. Okay, anyways. Today we're going to be talking about one of our classics.
Mm-hmm.
The Santa Claus.
Wait, before we do, I
Oh,
just
yeah.
want to revisit Friendsgiving for 5 seconds.
Oh my God. Yes, please. Let's
Because
rewind.
At Friendsgiving, we premiered another thing that we spoke into existence on this podcast.
Yes.
Which was our specialty cocktail.
Hell yeah, you guys. It went over so well. Everyone was coming up to the two of us being like, holy fucking shit, this shit fucks. And I was like, yes, it is so yummy. And if you didn't listen to that episode, so you don't know what we're talking about, it was pretty simple. It was just like a Midori sour, but what do we...
But it had a baby bottle pop powder rim.
Right. Yeah, it
And-
was a strawberry one.
A candy garnish.
Yeah, maybe we posted
We
pictures,
posted
but we could post another one if you guys want.
You should post it to the main feed.
It was Gorgina. Everyone loved it. It was very festive and also just really fun. And also there was one person that I had never met before at this party, and they came up to me and they're like, wait a minute, you're the other Blockbuster wife? And I was like, that's my identifier?
And I was like,
was
yep,
dope.
this is the old ball and chain.
It was sick. I was like, oh my God, someone knows me from Blockbuster Wives.
It was
So-
very cool to be like, this is your co-host. And I was like, yes,
I
my
know.
wife.
I know, it was so cool. Like, because I feel like pretty much everyone in my life knows that you're my wife. I mean, you're like, oh, I talk about. So people
Yeah,
know
the
that
wifey
you're my wife.
relationship was pre-established.
Yeah, I'm like, we've been here. We've been official. But, no, it was very cute. It was very cute. And everyone loved it. And everyone was getting crunk.
Yeah, but we did learn a lesson, and that is much gummy candy you cannot submerge into a cocktail.
No.
And I don't know if it was because it was cold, if it was just the liquid, if it was the alcohol, but some combo of that shit, do not advise. It turned like rock hard. It was weird.
Yeah, fully annihilated. And it was rock hard, but also like somewhat like almost like not gummy on the outside because obviously it's a gummy, but it was like I don't know the proper term for it. Almost like muddy. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like,
I just know I was like trying to gnaw and it looked like I was like a dog gnawing on a bone. I was like,
well, once you bit into it, it was hard. You couldn't bite all the way through. But on the outside, it was like
gritty?
mucky, like almost
muddy.
Like, mucky. I don't know how to explain it. We're gonna have to do it again. So I will show you.
Oh, and I forgot to bring the candy up.
Oh,
Stupid,
it's okay.
stupid.
No, you're not
We're
stupid.
gonna be
at all.
snacking on some candy. It's probably best for your ear holes that we're not eating candy right now.
Yeah, I was like, can you bring up the candy?
And
But
I
that's not a good
forget.
idea. Maybe you'll catch us in an ASMR episode sometime, but as of right now, no.
But Shay's fully in her bartender bag because even for tonight, she made this delicious like whiskey sour with an egg white frothiness with a little bit of grenadine. So good.
Thank you so much. I definitely need to buy some Luxardo cherries for your bar for you.
What does that even mean?
They're like the nicest fucking. They're like maraschino, but like on a different fucking level.
What are
They're
they
Italian. Luxardo. That's the brand.
Luxardo.
Luxardo. And they're
That's sexy sounding.
fucking so good. I used to eat. So I used to give out samples at Italy. Fun fact. And if you guys don't know what Italy is, it's just like an Italian marketplace, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, when we would give those out as samples, I was like, oh, it's Luxardo Day. And I would literally steal so many of those fucking
You
cherries,
got cherries
put them
in
in a
your
bag.
eyes like a cartoon character.
They're so good. Like the
Bing,
syrup.
another type of cherry.
What'd you say?
Because I said bing, and then I was like, bing,
Oh.
another type of cherry.
Wow, you're brilliant. Your brilliance
I'm
goes
firing on
beyond.
all cylinders thanks to this delicious whiskey sour.
Cheers, my darling.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to me.
Far away clinking.
Yeah.
We did it.
Hopefully you guys heard that. But
We
yeah,
had to reach over our coffee table.
I do love a good whiskey sour. And I love any cocktail with egg whites.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck. If you've never tried it, they're like frothy. They have like a bittersweet taste. They're so fucking good. I highly recommend.
Yeah, shake that shit up in any cocktail.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But no, the Friendsgiving was a huge success. Shout out to Brent for cooking the turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Stacy for setting everything fucking up. And I just kind of showed up.
No, you didn't. You helped all day.
Well,
I had my girls making signs, fetching drink ingredients.
I didn't do much, to be honest.
Preparing. I made them prepare their own sleeping area. I was like, listen.
Prepare. You
I
made
got-
my bed.
But I made you guys help.
She's like, I made you
Put these
make
hoes
your
to
own
work.
bed arrangements. I'm like, you made my bed. What are you talking about?
But I was like, here's all the shit. I gotta go do other things.
That's true. She had 1,000 things to do and she killed it and was like, you know how some people, when they throw parties, they become like monsters. I feel like I'm one of those people where I just get too stressed out because I'm doing too many things and I'm like, Stacy's not like that. She keeps
You know
it cool.
my secret?
What?
Lists. I literally write down everything I have to do in a notes app with
Yeah.
a little checkbox. And then when I check it off, it gets all pretty and highlighted and goes to the bottom of the list.
Ooh.
You feel very accomplished. And then you don't feel like you have to remember everything. Because I feel like that's half the battle.
That
is
is.
trying to remember all the things you have to do and being worried that you're going to forget something. And then you inevitably do forget something. And then that makes you stressed out. So just write it all down. Even dumb shit like turn on ice maker. Like I put that down.
And that's not even dumb because a lot of that is something that people would fucking forget.
Right.
And
But,
that
but I
would be
think people
trash.
think like, oh, I won't forget. And it's like, yes, you will.
And that makes or breaks a party. Ice?
You got to have ice.
Yeah, you gotta have hell.
At one point, I was horrified to discover that we ran out of water for the ice maker. And I was like,
Oh no.
fill this up.
But do you do like a timestamp as well for your lists?
If something is time sensitive, I put the time and I bold it.
Got it.
So
Okay.
like turkey, I was like 1 o'clock. Turkey.
Must be in a-
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well,
So that's my hot tips for hosting over the holidays without losing your mind.
I don't know why I say I'm the host with the most. Well, I say host with the most late fees, but really, Stacy should be saying host with the most everything.
Oh,
'Cause she's the best.
I enjoy it and it's fun.
Yeah, that's the
Like
thing.
don't throw parties if you don't like them.
Yeah, like you truly love
Yeah,
hosting.
it's so much fun.
I do too, but I think maybe I just put too much on my own plate. I think that's my problem.
That's the other advantage of writing everything out. You will
Yeah.
start to see like, oh no. And that's why when you guys are like, what can I help with? I could literally look at my list and I'd be like, making signs. I'm not good at that. They are. Delegation.
That was so much fun. I love making signs and like drawing like little cartoons and shit. It's one of my favorite things ever to do. So, anyway, we killed it. That was a
It
great
was
party.
amazing. I had so much fun.
Me too.
Well, I'm glad we had this little Friendsgiving recap.
Me too.
before we get to our movie recap.
Exactly. And it's a good intro because there's Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, and then we move right along to the holidays. Now, we're not going to do just Christmas movies. We do have one Hanukkah movie that I've never seen.
Me neither, so we're very excited for
Sick.
that.
Okay. And then we have an additional movie that's not technically a holiday movie, but it is like deeply winter themed in my opinion.
Yeah, it's very cold, so it fits.
Yeah. So, but you guys you'll see what's up. Anyway, we're talking about the Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus, which is a pun name. And I don't know if I've said this on this podcast, but I love movies that are based off of like puns, or like, what if the Santa Claus was a Santa Claus of a contract? Like, I love that shit. And I feel like there's a lot of movies like that, but of course right now I can't think of any.
I know, I can't think of any either.
Okay, perfect example.
Yeah.
The Night Before Christmas with Vanessa Hudgens, and it's like Knight, and it's like, that is a movie premised on a pun.
Hell yeah. And I know I'm gonna be thinking about so many different ones after I leave here, but I know exactly what you're saying.
Right, and you know, just somebody thought of a phrase and wrote a script around it, which is just hilarious.
Fuck yeah. And honestly, it's a great concept. The Santa Claus? Fucking brilliant.
But I'm just gonna say this now.
Yeah.
Bernard does not define Claus correctly.
Oh.
Bernard says, we'll
Wow,
get to
Bernard.
Bernard the elf,
Yeah.
who looks like Gordo from Lizzie McGuire and is super hot. But anyways, he at some point tells Tim Allen, like, clause as in the last line of a contract. It's not what a clause is.
See, when he said that in the movie, I was like, is that true? I
It's
feel
not
like
true.
Okay, see,
It could be the last line of a contract, but a clause in a contract is just like a clause in a sentence. It's just like a segment of text that refers to something.
So it could be anywhere on the clause?
It could be like a term. It could be a definition.
But it doesn't...
It could be anywhere.
Oh. Huh.
Usually there's several clauses in a contract. So there might be like a termination clause that talks about what happens if somebody wants to end the contract. There could be like a late fee clause. Like all those different sections of the contract
Yeah.
can just be called clauses.
Holy smokes. See, this is something I do not know.
Yeah, it doesn't
At
have to be
all.
the last line in a contract. But anywho, I digress. The
Bernard.
Santa
Bernard-
Claus, a pun-based movie.
Fucking Bernard. You know what? Go to law school and then come back to me.
Before you start using legal terms and making binding, I have a lot to say about the legality of this contract.
You do.
For listeners who don't know, I am a lawyer in my day job.
The best lawyer.
I'm not
ever.
even a civil lawyer or a contract lawyer, but I did pass the bar, and I know a little bit, enough to know you want to legally search my shit.
Yep.
Sorry,
and she
shout out
passed on the
Jason.
first time, might I add.
Yay, which thank God, because it
My
fucking
queen.
sucks.
Nobody ever does that.
It sucks to take it again. And yeah, a lot of people have to do that. It's really annoying and very expensive and very stressful. And everyone's just like, did you pass? Did you pass? Did you pass?
That must be so fucking
I know.
annoying. But she didn't have to worry about that because she did pass on the first try. Cheers to you. Never
Cheers.
doubted you.
Thanks.
Ever
Oh,
in my life.
thanks.
All right. Well. I guess we can
Do a little summary?
yeah.
Okay, so the basic plot is due to some not binding legal shenanigans. Kind of a quirky, separated dad, Tim Allen, has to take on the role of Santa Claus very unwillingly. And it's kind of happening to him against his will. So the movie is about him like dealing with it, coming to terms, knowing no one's going to believe him, building a relationship with his son, trying to fulfill this role. And it's just one of my favorites.
That was beautiful. It's also one of my favorites. Tim Allen, you know, say what you will, but he is so fucking funny in this movie. He reminds me of my dad. Like a lot of
yes, I
his
can see that.
mannerisms, the things that he's like, the little jabs he makes, the little jokes are so my fucking dad. It's wild. Plus, he was like a huge cokehead in like the 70s, 80s, and so
Oh, yes. I would love to talk about this because previous to like preparing for this episode,
Yeah.
I just thought he was a cokehead comedian, and that's like all it was. And then I started looking into that area of his life, and oh my God,
Yeah.
he snitched on 25 people to avoid a lengthy prison sentence.
Yep.
Because he got fooled by an undercover cop into selling coke at the airport.
Oh, I didn't know it was at
Which
the
is
airport.
a dumb idea because now you're on federal property.
I had no idea it was at
Like,
the
don't
airport.
go to the airport to sell coke. I know this was pre 9/11, but still.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, and the agent was fully like, I work for the FBI. And he was
Oh,
like,
no.
and then he sung like a goddamn canary.
Of course he fucking did.
I know. I was like, how? Damn, he's lucky he got famous, because if it did not work out for him,
He would have been iced
Yes!
for sure.
25. Like, that's a big drug bust
Oh, yeah.
that you single-handedly did.
Oh, for sure.
Like, crazy. And he only did, I mean, he did do time, but I think it was like 4 years.
Really? He did 4 years?
He did 4 years, I think. Like 2 to 4 years. Which I always say, like, 5 and under, it fucking sucks, but it won't ruin your life.
Right.
Anything longer, you start getting to ruining your life territory.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did time. He did time.
And then fast forward to him being in the fucking Santa Claus.
And being like a Republican, I'm like, bro.
No,
But I wonder if that's part of it. Like,
I was gonna say,
you know,
I do think that ties
I
in,
think it is.
especially him being a snitch. No offense, but
right?
like,
He's like, no, I love the government, America. Like, don't look at me.
everyone else is worse than me. Let me rat them all out. Like that is so fucking.
I'm like, are you kidding?
That's so right wing. Hate to say it, but oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
the tough boys really do. Once the FBI or once the police
they
are
get real
tickling their
scared.
pickle, they're like, let me tell everyone everything about my fucking life.
Not like Martha Stewart.
No.
It was like a good day to you.
Yeah, she's like, fuck y'all. Bad bitch. Anyway. All right, corporate bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. I'm handling that for this.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
so this fantastic movie came out November 11th, 1994. So it was appropriate for both Thanksgiving and Christmas,
Perfect.
which is great.
That is.
It's 97 minutes long.
Okay, so right about our perfect time.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't originally a Disney movie, but then Disney was like, this is great. Budget was $22 million, but it boxed $190 million.
Holy smokes.
Very, very successful.
That does not surprise me whatsoever.
It was directed by John Paskin, who this was his first feature film directing debut.
Ooh.
He had done a ton of TV, including Home Improvement, which is
Of
where I'm sure he
course.
vibed with Tim Allen.
Was Home Improvement before or after this?
Home Improvement was before.
Interesting.
Very, very successful.
Right, because it was like 80s, right?
In
Late
fact, this
80s?
was like why am I blanking on his name? Oh my god. Tim Allen.
Yeah.
This is like Tim Allen's first movie role.
Oh, shit.
Because he did TV, he did Home Improvement, but he was such a star on Home Improvement that he
Yeah.
landed this.
And you know what? A lot of that comedy really bled into this movie.
It's very Home Improvement-y.
It is.
But it's nice that he could do it without a laugh track.
Very true.
Because some of those jokes, if you imagine without the laugh track, are
Rough.
heinous.
So rough, yeah.
So yeah, starring Tim Allen. And what's so funny is I always go to the IMDb trivia page, and it usually has some gems, but it's not vetted. And sometimes you get some IMDb trivia trolls.
Oh, God.
And that happened for this film because I'm like, oh, this movie was offered to Robin Williams to do that character. And it's like Tom Hanks, Chevy Chase. And then the names kept getting weirder and weirder. And then I realized there's 25 entries from people saying like, this role was actually supposed to go to so-and-so.
Oh
and one of them was Alan Rickman. And I was like, okay.
Oh, my
This is like, I
If you
kept
don't
writing them
know.
down. And I was like, no, this is not, no way.
Alan Rickman is Snape, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you don't know,
was like,
Alan Rickman is fucking Snape.
I was like, who like posted on Reddit to go add this shit?
That is so stupid.
So it's hard to know like who actually was fucking offered this role because the IMDb people are having a little prank.
I feel like I could see Robin Williams doing it, but I don't think he would be as funny in this role as he would be in other roles.
Yeah, and that's like the first one I saw, and I was like, okay, that. And then one was like Sylvester Stallone and shit, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Another star of the movie who plays the stepdad psychiatrist. His real name isn't this, but he's called Judge Reinhold.
Oh.
And his nickname became Judge because as a baby he looked so serious, I guess.
Oh,
And
really?
he had lawyer parents, so they called him Judge Reinhold, and it stuck.
I can't remember what I've seen him in, but he's handsome. He's a handsome fella.
Yeah.
Feller.
And then you got Wendy Crewson playing the mom.
Baddie.
If IMDb trivia page is to be believed for this, Sally Field, Goldie Hawn, Kate Burton were all offered this role. But then they also said Liza Minnelli. And I'm like, that's not true. So I don't know what's real, people. I'm sorry. And then
It's
you
okay.
have David Krumholtz as the elf Bernard and Eric Lloyd as sweet little Charlie.
Okay. Charlie is maybe one of the cutest kids I've ever seen in my life. He's
Thank
so
you for saying that
adorable.
because as a kid, I looked exactly like Charlie.
You did look just like Charlie.
I had the same little haircut, the same little round face, probably the same clothing because I was a total tomboy.
Fuck yeah, me too. And I love David Krumholtz. He is so fine.
He's so amazing in this.
He's
There's
great.
a 73% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
65 audience score. Which I was like, that seems low.
That does seem really low for no reason.
Ebert gave it 2.5 stars. Which I feel like is kind of high for him for a holiday movie.
Yeah.
But then he said, this is so pretentious.
Oh, God. Here we go.
He said, I would have traded a lot of the Santa Claus for just one shot of Groucho Marx explaining how there ain't no sanity clause.
What?
Like, what are you even talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about, Ebert?
I was like, you're being too smart, okay?
No, he is.
Does it pass the Bechdel test? No, not at all.
Zero. Like actually 0%. Maybe negative 0%.
Yeah, no. It's a man's world in this. It's really Tim Allen's world.
I don't think there's any woman talking to any woman for any amount of time the whole movie.
No.
I think the only time is when I don't know if it's the school counselor or the principal, but she talks to the mom, but like there's still two men in the room. So she's
they're talking about the man.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's so wild. Okay.
Yeah. So it's very interesting
so
to think about that for our movies. That's all I got for corporate bullshit.
Beautiful. I love it. And I really hope that Sylvester Stallone was actually considered because
Sylvester Stallone and Liza Minnelli.
Fucking Liza Minnelli, dude. Oh my God, playing the elf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you want to just like jump right into parts that we thought were great? Okay, well, the movie starts off and Tim Allen is at a holiday party for his company. And let me just say, all of those holiday parties for like big companies seem unhinged.
I know. I've never worked at a company that large, so I don't know what it's like.
The only time I've ever been to anything like that was for like a casino, and theirs are much more corporate.
Yeah.
So they don't really have like alcoholic beverages.
Really?
Not the ones that I've been to. And it's kind of like everyone invite your whole family. It's not like just people that work for the company. Mm-hmm. Whereas like in movies, I feel like it's all just the coworkers together.
Yeah, I literally just had my holiday party today for my work.
Oh, you did?
And it was just all workers. And since we were for the government, we're not given a budget, so everyone has to like pay for everything. So it just doesn't feel very like wow.
What was it like? What'd you do?
We went to this restaurant called Pan Vino, which is by the airport. It was very nice. The food was bomb.
Ooh.
And we had almost all of our whole office, which is like almost 100 people.
Uh-huh.
We just had like a nice little seated dinner. We gave out awards. We had a silent auction, an ugly sweater contest.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, baby photos. So I shared that hideous picture of me as a baby.
It's not hideous.
No one knew it was me. Guys, it's hideous. I have male pattern baldness.
It is not hideous.
I have like weird bat ears and feet.
Here's the thing, though. Here's my hot take. I really don't think babies are ugly ever.
Shay, when I show people this stuff, they laugh and they go, "Is that you?"
Stop.
And I have to say, yes.
I don't think babies are ugly ever.
I am that goblin creature.
You're not. That is my
Maybe
hot take.
we'll also share that to the feed and let the people decide. She's laughing because she's seen it, and it's.
But I remember you sent it to the group text, and I remember saying, "You're not fugly."
But you're laughing and smiling as you're saying this.
I feel like I have this argument with people like not every day, but I feel like I have it so often where people are like, "I was an ugly baby," or "Oh, I just saw a baby that was like super ugly," and I'm looked at like a fucking idiot for saying, "I don't think babies are ugly," and people are like, "Yeah, they fucking are. You're wrong." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. Babies are fucking cute, and yeah, they look like squished little potatoes, but like that's the brand of babies, and then they grow up to not look like that."
The mandrakes in Harry Potter.
Exactly.
Think that.
I know, but like I still don't think it's ugly. It's like, how do I even explain it?
I guess I'm cute in a goblin-esque way.
And I wouldn't even say that you're a goblin. I just feel like babies are like squishy and like their heads are shaped weird.
But so many babies are so cute. Like genuinely like, oh.
But that's how I feel about like all babies.
Okay, but we gotta admit there's a spectrum.
Well, there's a spectrum for everything, sure. But like I'm saying,
well, I'm on the ugly side.
No, she's fucking not. She's never been. You shut your fucking.
Hey, listen, I got cuter, thank God.
She was never fugly. I don't understand this. I feel like I have this conversation.
We'll let the people decide.
I have this
Maybe
conversation.
we'll do a poll. Is this baby fugly?
Stop.
Yes or no?
Okay, babies are not ugly ever. Let's move on. No. They're not. And you know what? I feel like alone on this island. Because like everyone else.
We'll see what the people say. I genuinely want to do this.
And I'm telling you. Okay, fine. We'll put pictures of us as babies up.
No, you are a cute baby. We just have to do my picture. We'll just do my picture. Is this baby fugly? Yes or no?
And if you say no, you're wrong. I'm like, no.
We'll just say we'll protect your anonymity, so please be honest.
So do you want people to like comment, or do you want people to just vote?
I just want to be yes or no.
Okay, got it. We'll do it right after this.
Okay,
we'll
perfect.
remember.
Well, anyway, that was our holiday party. It definitely wasn't like this party where they were going buck wild.
But I feel like in a lot of, not only movies, TV shows, but I think a lot of people, I've heard a lot of like sus stories where people are like, yeah, and then these people like went in a different room, they were hooking up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, what? And even in this movie, Tim Allen brings up that someone dressed as Santa Claus who works for the company, his secretary, is sitting on his lap.
Yeah, and I think he makes a comment like how he's married. Or
Yeah, he
something.
does.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm glad the wife's not here or some shit like that.
Yes, and
I
it's like,
feel
whoa.
Yeah, and I feel like so many holiday parties are like that, which is fucking weird,
It
dude.
is, or like conferences.
Oh my God.
As a lawyer, I go to a lot of conferences, and I'm shocked how many, it's mostly older people, are just like, yeah, everyone fucks at conferences. And I'm like, why?
You're like, don't you
Jesus.
guys have anything better to do?
Right.
Like, I don't know, work at your
I'm
conferences?
like, go meet people elsewhere. Like,
I guess it's like sexy because a lot of conferences are out of state, like out of town, right?
that's what I mean. They're like, oh yeah, I get to meet new people. And it's just like, most of us live in metropolitan cities with millions of people.
Totally. You could literally go out,
Yeah, there's
you
a lot of
decide to
strangers.
go to the weird hotel by the airport, the Sheraton.
Yeah, go knock yourself out.
But, you know.
Yeah, people are zorny for conferences and holiday parties.
Yeah, Zorny holiday parties. I've never been to one, but I can only imagine.
Yeah, the closest I ever got was when I got out of high school. I started working for a personal injury firm, which
Yes.
almost made me not want to be a lawyer because it sucked. But they
Yeah.
had like a pretty nice holiday party that the like partners paid for, and I was like, this is cool because they were buying like multi-$100 bottles of wine, and they were going off.
Was that for the guy, for the lawyer that I know?
No,
Okay, got
wait, yes, he was there briefly. Yeah,
it. Got it. Boom. Got you. That's funny. 100 bottles of wine. Get out of here. Okay.
and we got bonuses, which I had never experienced.
That is fucking
It was only
sick.
$100, but I was still like,
Still.
hell yeah.
It's extra. It's extra squish. The next note I wrote was Tim Allen's ex-wife saying, okay, so basically she's dropping Charlie, who's their
Okay,
son.
but even before we even get
Oh
there,
yeah, go.
can we just talk about Tim Allen was being such a mansplainer to the black woman who is trying to talk about the product?
Oh yeah.
So like they're at the holiday party and they want to establish that Tim Allen's like super successful at his job. So they're like, oh, give a round of applause to Tim Allen and this other lady who did Do It All Dolly or something because they work at a toy company.
Scott Calvin.
Yeah, and so the black woman goes up and starts being like, yeah, we la la la, and he just yanks the mic from her.
Yes,
and is
he
literally
does.
like, we don't want to hear this. Jokey, jokey, jokey. LOL, bye everybody. And I'm just like, fucking A.
Yeah, and it's like she can say whatever the fuck she wants. She
And she's
has
just
the
like,
microphone.
oh,
Bitch.
isn't he funny? And I'm like, I would be enraged.
No, that's fucking annoying.
So I just wanted to point that out, that
No.
he starts off as being a crazy mansplaining asshole.
Of course, he's Tim Allen, baby. Cheers.
Right? Yeah, and then he's lying right off the bat.
Oh, immediately.
He's going home and he's like, the traffic is horrible. And then it cuts to nobody on,
No
the,
one on
road.
the road
He
at
goes,
all.
that's not very ladylike.
He's like, beep, beep.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, oh, there's a 3-car pileup. Nobody's
Exactly.
there.
So he's lying about being late for his child to come spend Christmas Eve with him.
It's so bad. So then he shows up at his house. His ex-wife, her new husband, and Charlie, their child, are all kind of like standing there waiting for him. And so they all go inside. And Tim Allen's like, hey, so what are you guys doing for the holidays? You find out that it's Christmas Eve. So he's like, what are you guys doing for the holidays? And his ex-wife is like, oh, we're spending Christmas Eve or Christmas with what's his name?
Lloyd? No.
Neil. We're spending the holidays at Neil's family's house. And then Tim Allen's like, Christmas at the pound.
He does have like a lot of shithead funny jokes.
I'm gonna bring a lot of them up because they're all so dumb and so funny.
But it's sad because they're like fighting in front of Charlie, and he's like, I hate it when you guys fight. And then Tim Allen, I wrote Gaslighting Express. He goes, oh no, that's your mom singing. It sounds like fighting, doesn't it? And I'm just like, you're such a dick.
He's such a fucking dick. It's so perfect too because I feel like a lot of those, like, you know, I don't know, businessmen are very tight in the butthole region, you know, but not in a good way.
Yeah, can't but not in a cool way.
Yeah, not in like a haunt way. Yeah, for sure. And then, it's so sad when Charlie's saying bye to his mom and he's just like, so you're gonna pick me up tomorrow in the morning?
So
and she's
sad.
like, yes, we'll pick you up. And he's just like, I'm talking sun's up, you're here. And like, as a dad, that would fucking suck.
Yeah, and you can tell he's like, he doesn't like it, but he's also not really trying to fix it.
No, it's not Charlie's fault at all for feeling that way, obviously, because he probably just thinks, oh, my dad doesn't really give a fuck anyway.
Yeah, as evidenced by him being fucking late and not having any plans for me on Christmas Eve.
Right. Not having any food in the house.
Well, he did have the turkey that he burnt.
Yeah, that's true. But
It's
like,
if you know you can't cook a turkey.
He didn't prepare early.
No.
He was just like, I'm going to go to my party. That's my priority.
Right.
And then we'll, I guess, figure it out, which is wild. But yeah, pretty soon after that, so mom leaves, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to cook the turkey. He burns it. They end up going to Denny's, which, by the way, in the 90s, fancy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They had, like, candles, like, actual, like, tapered candles lit on the tabs.
It was very fancy. I don't know if that was movie magic or accurate.
I feel like a lot of those places back then were so much fancier, like Pizza Hut.
But do you think maybe also it's because it was Christmas?
Maybe.
I've never been to a
definite
restaurant
possibility,
on Christmas.
but also, like I was saying, Pizza Hut, super nice.
True. Yeah.
For no reason.
These fucking, okay, right now we are
Yes.
drinking from these like holiday goblets that I got at Goodwill. And I picked them up and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful holiday goblet. And then I noticed some writing and it says Arby's 1987 Christmas collection.
1985.
Or 1985. Oh, mine says 1987. They have different dates.
Yeah, mine's 1985. And they're the same one. That's
Weird.
interesting. That's weird.
So they must have done this years after years.
Who knows? It's a tradition. Maybe they still make them. Who knows?
But yeah, they don't do fast food or restaurants like they used to.
No, they sure don't. Denny's is still like grand slamming. You know what I mean?
And they do, they did Hobbit breakfast promotionals when Lord of the Rings movies and Hobbit movies were out, so I enjoyed that.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I know the last time I went to Denny's, they had like this influencer page on their menu that was like different influencers that like made a recipe for themselves.
Wow,
And they were just like TikTok people or like
Please hit us up
YouTuber.
if you need recipes, Denny's.
Bruh, look at our BBW cocktail, which was called, what do we call it? The BBW?
BBW popper.
Popper. Yeah.
Because it was baby bottle pop.
It was baby bottle poppin'. But yeah, she and I could come up with fucking everything that you would need and want. So hit us up, Denny's. All right. Anyway. Also, they have the best version of, what song is it? The song that's playing in the background.
White Christmas, isn't it?
Yes, by the Drifters.
Dreaming
Of a white Christmas. It's the only acceptable version of that song, in my opinion.
It's very doo-woppy
because
and great.
it's sung by a giant group of black men from the 50s.
And it's amazing.
And it's amazing. And what's crazy is I actually found the Drifters record, like a greatest hits, like years ago when I first got my record player, and I was like, "Ooh, I love the Drifters, fuck yeah!" And that song was on there, and I had never known who sang it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" It was so sick, and it's also in Home Alone as well. So,
At this point in my notes, I have epic question: is Tim Allen hot?
he is in this movie.
I think so too.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's almost like he's been in our lives for so long that it's hard for me to be objective. I feel this way about like Hillary Clinton. Like there's certain people that I've just like, about for so long that I'm like, I don't know if I have the objective distance to properly judge if this person is hot.
I know what you mean.
Because they're like an institution.
Yeah, it's like Obama.
They're like above hotness.
Yeah.
They're their own entity.
I'm trying to think of other examples of that. But I might be too horny to be that guy.
Maybe. But then again, I think Tom Hanks is hot.
Oh, he is.
And he also is like an institution.
Fucking
Hotter than Tim Allen for sure.
like Mr. Rogers. That's a good one for me.
Right. Like I don't know. I can't tell.
No, and I've loved him for
right.
so long that he like feels like such a part of me.
Right, you're like, is he hot? I don't know. Maybe.
And I don't know. And I know he's like he's, objectively like cute, but like I can't,
He's pleasant looking.
Yeah, I'm like, but I don't know if I would like fuck him
Mm-hmm.
either. I mean, I probably would. But like, I don't know if I could. I don't know. But no, Tim Allen's cute in this movie.
Especially in his like little boxers when he's running around outside. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, with his boots. He has nice legs.
Yeah, that's
know
what
who-
I was thinking. I
you
was
know who
like,
has the
hello,
best-
calves.
Oh yeah, very. And he's tan.
Yeah.
Like he just looks hot. You know who has the best fucking legs and the best steez, especially in this era? Robin Williams.
Really?
Hot. Dude, so hairy. And also, if you ever see any pictures of his, like, streetwear, he was fucking, like, his fits went dumb. They were he was just so hot. Love Robin Williams, R.I.P.
For real. I also don't have a lot of notes after this because I got so sucked into the movie. It's so engaging because they're sleeping at night after their failed Christmas Eve dinner, and they hear somebody on the roof, and Tim Allen is like, "Oh my God, do you know the number for 911?"
And he's like, "Yeah, 911."
And he goes and investigates. Santa falls off the roof, disappears, and then Tim Allen finds his business card. Yep. With the Santa Claus on it, but you don't know that yet. And it just says, like, should anything happen to me, put on the suit. The reindeer will know what to do.
And he's like, what the fuck is this? And then, so they did do that. He, like, puts on the suit, goes up to the sleigh. Charlie comes with. The reindeer take off. And then I think Charlie's like, we're flying. And Tim Allen's like, it's okay. I'm used to it. I lived through the 60s.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm like, fuck yeah. We all know.
And then it's like he has the magical toy bag. He's going down the chimneys.
Yep.
He's fully being Santa Claus.
He is. And he's being like a tough guy Santa Claus.
He's like resisting it. Like he doesn't want to do it, but he still has to.
Yeah. And by the end of it, he's like, oh, this was kind of nice. But I think the whole time he thinks it's like a fever dream.
Yeah. He's like, this is a weird ass dream and I'm going with it.
He's like, I'm just going to go with it, see what's up. And so then the sleigh takes them to this like beautiful, icy, snowy place. And he's like, where the fuck are we? And then they see this like little elf boy and a cane comes up and then the sleigh goes down. He's like, what the fuck is going on? And he's inside of Santa's workshop.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite portrayal of the North Pole.
Me too.
Like the set design is so pretty.
It's
like
gorgeous.
Not too like childlike, like it is, but it's also just like very beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's just more like whimsical and gorgeous,
but like otherworldly at the same time. I just love how they did it.
I do too. I also love the nightmare.
We're at workshop, you know.
Yeah, like where it's like cheesy, you know.
Yeah, it was like very serious.
Yeah, it
almost like somber in some ways, but still very beautiful.
Which I feel like that's how it would be. It's a fucking workshop. It wouldn't be like like the whole, especially on Christmas. Everyone there would be fucking like, they're like, we need time off, like give us
unionize
like for the love of fucking God, let's unionize.
Yeah, this is where you meet Bernard.
I was in love with him when I was a kid.
I was like, I like this guy.
There's like 4 people in this movie that I had the biggest crush on when I was younger.
Oh, let's name them.
Okay, so the first person's Bernard. Second one's Judy. I just thought she was like the most gorgeous girl in the entire world. And I was like, oh my God, what is this feeling? Also, there's actually, maybe it's just 3. But the guy that's basically like the elf SWAT team that comes later.
Oh my God.
And he's like the main guy.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I thought he was so cute too.
And what's crazy is, so I like forgot about my crush on him because I hadn't watched the movie for a while. Not like the last couple years I've watched it, but like, I don't know. Anyway, when I worked at Olive Garden, there's this girl that worked there and she was like semi-butch, so beautiful. And she was like, hi, I'm blank. I'm not going to say her name, but I was like, this magic moment, because she looked just like the fucking elf SWAT guy.
See, a lot of the elves were like kind of androgynous.
Yes. And she looked just like him. And I was like, oh my, but like an adult version. And I was like, hell yes. So anyway.
So funny.
So 3 people, I guess. But also the mom's steez is so
yeah, I was like,
good.
how is she so like fashionable? She looks like fucking she's in Pulp Fiction or something. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's so cool. Especially like the fit that I love the most is when they're at the soccer game, but we could get to that. When she's at the soccer game, she's wearing like a baseball cap and she's wearing like a,
she looks so cool.
Not a puffer jacket. I don't know. She's wearing like a jacket and like high-waisted, like whatever. And I was like, this bitch is so cool.
Yeah, you meet Bernard, and Bernard is the one who breaks it down and explains, like, you're the Santa Claus now. And Timon's like, what? And he spews his bullshit about what a clause is and all that.
Yep.
But also just the idea that this is a binding contract when the font is like in what size? 2? They needed a magnifying glass. That is not enforceable. Absolutely not. And I'll let you in on a little secret, kids. sign warranties. They're not enforceable. Go ahead.
Really?
Very rarely are they enforceable. They just do it to scare you into not suing.
Really?
But never think that just because you signed a bullshit 40-page, 10 size point font thing that like you've really given up all your rights. You have not.
Haha.
So just,
You heard it here first, folks.
do you feel like you've been wronged? Consult a lawyer. Don't let a warranty get you down.
Period. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is maybe the second or third piece of legal advice you've given our listeners.
Well, I can't give legal advice.
Not
so we're
legal
gonna call
advice,
this
just
legal
little-
information.
Yeah, that was my bad. I don't know the jargon. She just gave a little
Legal
tippy
info.
tip.
Mm-hmm.
The second or third
Just
tippy
some fun
tip.
facts.
Yeah, fun fact, if you will. Yeah, I wrote Judy's adorable. It makes me want elf ears.
Yeah.
Do you
with
have
her,
elf
like,
ears?
glittery?
I'm sure you do.
I did for my Dobby costume. Oh no, those were Becca's that she lent me, so I don't know where they went.
Well, I think we need to get some.
I want to get some like nice ones that like fully mold to your ears and shit. Maybe for my bachelorette party.
Oh my God, you need. Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. Okay.
Or the bridal shower. I could dress like an elf. Yes.
Lord of the Rings theme?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I love that. Also, I love the way they describe hot chocolate.
I wrote, release the elf hot cocoa recipe, you cowards. Sell me those cups. I want the recipe.
The cups are
The cup is so fucking cool.
Gorge.
They're
yeah.
like pewter with like engraved leg. Like,
I feel like we could make it.
the hot chocolate.
Yeah,
What do you think the secret ingredient is? Maybe some amaretto,
maybe.
a little almond, just a kiss.
Maybe, or maybe even there's chocolate liqueur. We could do chocolate liqueur.
Mm-hmm.
She said it's hot chocolate, not too hot, extra chocolate. So maybe they melt like actual chocolate bar in there as well. And then it's shaken, not stirred, which I've never done.
You know, I don't know if you even know this, but a staple in my household growing up is we had a hot chocolate maker.
What?
And it was called the Cocoa Motion. Shelby Ross and I would get down on this.
I'm like, oh my God.
And it would whip it up like really, really frothy.
like,
So it almost
shook it.
was like shaken. And it is better. It is better.
And your mom has that machine, I'm assuming?
No, it broke. We used it constantly. I probably have drank more hot chocolate in my life than anyone else on this planet, which is a weird thought that I'm just now having. I would like drink it every day.
You know what? I think we need to make a really good hot chocolate recipe, maybe for next episode.
Okay.
Because
the
now
elf
I'm
hot
craving
chocolate.
it. Hardcore.
We'll call it Judy's Cocoa.
Yeah. I'm down with that. That sounds great. Oh, I also said fat phobia runs amok in this universe.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Holy shit. Like, it's brought up a lot. Because as soon as he leaves, so he like gives, let me think. Okay, so Bernard gives Charlie the snow globe, and you don't really find out the importance yet. But he's just like, look, it's magical, whatever. And then they wake up the next morning and they're back just at Calvin's house, or Scott Calvin. And it's Christmas morning, and Charlie's like super excited, and everything seems back to normal to Scott. So he's just like, oh, that was a fucking weird dream.
But he's got the pajamas.
But he has the pajamas, and he's like, I don't, and the pajamas say SC. His name is Scott Calvin. So
But Charlie's like, Santa Claus.
he's
And
just
he's
like,
like,
no. So he just thinks it's like a weird joint dream that they had. He still maintains that for a while, actually. And then Charlie's mom and Neil come back home, or go back to Scott's house, and they're like, okay, we're picking Charlie up.
Which, by the way, the older I get, the more I like Neil.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when I was a kid, you're like, Neil sucks. But now watching it, I'm like, Neil's kind of hilarious.
He's hilarious, but I do think
He's just doing his best.
He can be a dick. I think he's sweet. Like, I know he cares a lot about Charlie.
And he is, I mean, and from all, outward perspectives, it does seem like Tim Allen's losing his mind.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I understand that also. But I do think there's some things where he is like, well, I was going to say he's a little sarcastic when it's just like, is it really your place to like input? But Scott is also very mean to him.
Scott's very mean to him.
very
And that's why I
mean.
think I also liked him more. I'm like, this guy's just trying his best to be a stepdad.
He is.
He's got to deal with his biological dad who's a fucking dick.
True. But I just love Tim Allen so much in this movie that I'm like, how dare you? But like, obviously, he does seem like he's going a little nutso supreme.
Yeah, I did right. So rude to comment on weight like that. Like, Jesus.
Oh, like at the part where...
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm jumping ahead a little.
No, it's okay. We're almost there. So, yeah, Charlie basically tells his mom and Neil, like, and Dad is now Santa Claus. And they're like, okay, Charlie, whatever, bye. And pretty soon after that, like, we can kind of skip ahead. So, like, days go by, and every day Scott Calvin is, like, gaining more and more weight.
His hair's getting whiter.
He looks a little bit older. And no matter if he shaves in the morning or not, he's gonna have a fucking full gray beard. And he's just a bigger dude now, like kind of seemingly overnight. So he goes into work. He realizes none of his clothes fit, just like a sweatsuit. So he goes into a work meeting and he's wearing a matching sweatsuit, which, by the way, I have like the exact same one in black.
Oh, so you're wearing like a gray.
Yeah, I am wearing.
And his is gray.
Oh, that's funny. Yes, and I'm wearing basically exactly that right now.
His outfit right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I have the same one in black, but I'm wearing like.
And like you're wearing his outfit right now.
Okay, I have them in multiple colors. I do love like these jogger sets though. You know that.
Yes.
I have one in purple. I have one in gray, one in black. Actually, I also
What's your
have one in
plug?
white.
Where are you getting these?
All different places.
Okay,
The black one I got in the men's section of Target.
Noise.
And I just cropped the black. I just cropped it. This one I got from Target. The purple one is Fashion Nova. And the white one I also got from Target last year.
Noise.
Target and Walmart, baby. Pretty
Hell
much.
Yeah. Hell
And
yeah.
then thrifting. I thrifted the purple one. Anyways, so he goes into this work meeting and they're all ordering lunch. So he orders like a salad, no dressing. And
Which is another rich person, like big company thing that I would like, oh my God, die to have.
Oh yeah, that they like pay for your shit.
Yeah, like some fancy firms, like they will order lunch for you every fucking day.
What?
And they have like full kitchens with just like food everywhere. They could just go. I mean, it's because they want you to work like 80 hours a week and never leave the firm.
Right.
So, you know,
Which
you
is gross.
giveth and you taketh, I guess. But
That's
it's
true.
like, I just can't imagine getting used to that lifestyle. And that's why I think, not to make this like a bigger thing, but I think that's why you get a lot of shady rich people, because it's like they get used to this crazy lifestyle.
Like so
they
many
get
free
anxious
things.
about maintaining it.
Yeah.
And they will do a lot of shady, corrupt shit to hold on to that shit.
That's true. That's true, because there's so many bennies to them.
So many bennies to being on top.
For sure. So they're just like, I'm sacrificing everything so that I can maintain this lifestyle.
Right.
Which
It's
is,
all about that hedonistic treadmill. They can't get off it.
here's what I'll say. I'm definitely a hedonist in my personal life, but they're doing it in a different, corrupt way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not. All right, cool. But
So suck on that.
so let's look on that. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. But yeah, so basically they're commenting on his weight and they literally say that he's like going insane and he has mental problems.
They
and
go
that
see a psychiatrist. And I'm like, what?
Because he gained weight, which
Yes.
is nuts. But just rewinding for a second. So they have this meeting because some dude is in there and he's promoting this like new idea that he has for Santa or it
It's like
already
G.I.
is a
Joe
toy.
Santa, yeah.
Yeah, it's G.I. Joe Santa, so he's in a tank and fucking I wrote it down. What did he say?
Yeah, Tim Allen's whole take on this is amazing.
So Santa in a total tank is such a fucking American thing. And then fucking Tim Allen's like, Santa rolling down the block in a Panzer, incoming! Like his voice when he says it is so fucking funny.
Which,
I
to
was
be
dying.
fair, I guess maybe that's also why they're like, you need to see a psychiatrist. But I get the sense that he's been like that the whole time at the company. And it really is, I think, mostly just he gained weight.
Yeah, literally.
lame.
And they're like, go see a psychiatrist, something. And they call him Pillsbury Doughboy, which is wild.
Oh, God, the 90s were so fat. I mean, we're still in a fat phobic time, but it was real bad.
It was, I mean, that was during almost heroin chic era.
Yeah.
It was like right around there when I think it like really boomed. So,
And it's like, you're a good person if you're skin and bones.
but I will say when he goes to the actual doctor, the doctor does say, he's like, weight fluctuates. He's like, your pulse is great. You're healthy as a horse. Like he's the one that's like, it doesn't matter what you weigh.
Yeah, he's literally just like, well, if you're eating cookies and milk every day, maybe don't do that.
He's like, just cut back on the sweets a little bit. But he is literally being like, dude, you're healthy. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
Which is great. Wish doctors told me that. Go fuck yourselves. Anyway. Oh, but his heartbeat was to the song Dum, 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 dum. And then I said, if you could choose your heartbeat song, what would it be?
Oh my god. 369.
Damn, you fine.
Give it a second to me one more time. Get low. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. From the window to the wall.
That's a great one.
Exactly, that one. What about you?
I don't know if I could do it to this song because it would be kind of hard, but Return of the Mac would be really cool. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. I feel like people wouldn't understand what that was. Or maybe even work.
That's kind of fast though.
Yeah, I'm always excited.
But I guess if health isn't, all these heartbeats are unhealthy.
Like 3, 6, 9.
I'm like, that's perfectly healthy. Bum, 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 bum. That part would be scary.
A little bit. You're having a little heart palpitation.
Real quick. Jinx.
Fucking amazing. No, that's a great answer. And then I wrote, Santa's fit at a soccer game is literally me. He's just wearing a red.
Yeah, he's at the soccer game for Charlie, and he's like looking more Santa-like. And then all of a sudden, these kids start coming over and sitting in his lap, which I was like, where did this tradition start? Like, I had never before questioned it, but seeing it then, I was like, yeah, if you didn't know that, you'd be like, this guy is a fucking full-on pedo creep.
Yeah, it's fucking, yeah. It sucks because, like, something like you know, kids sitting on your lap, it's, like, very innocent and, like, sweet, but also, would I want my child
a
to
stranger
be sitting on a stranger's lap?
No.
Fuck no.
1000% no.
No. So I don't like the, like the mall Santas, like that's a little.
Yeah. So I Googled it. I was like, what is the origin of sitting on Santa's lap? And it's very hard to tell. Some people say maybe the 1800s, but like it's very unclear like when it became such a thing.
Yeah, because I feel like in every piece of media, even going back to like early cinema, when it's when there's depictions of Santa, kids are sitting on their lap. Yeah. And we know there's a lot of sus people in this world.
Yes, but yeah, I saw like there's movements to stop it. We go to Opportunity Village, and that Santa just has you sit on the chair next to him.
Oh, that's
it's great. Like a giant chair, and there's just like sit here, and I think that's a better system because we should not be placing our children on grown men strangers' laps.
No, because
especially if these people are lying to them at the end of the day.
For sure.
I'm Santa. Like, no, you're not.
Like, no, the fuck you're not.
You're not.
You're 0%.
I'll go along with it, but not to the point where I'm putting my kid on your lap.
Yeah, I would never fucking do that. I love that Opportunity Village does that. And Opportunity Village also, you guys, is a great place to go with like your family or friends. They have really good food, funnel cake. They have really good hot chocolate, and they have like really cute places you can walk through, and it's all for a great cause. So
yeah, they support people with intellectual disabilities or people with differing abilities, and they employ them and support them, and it's just great.
I go every year.
Me too.
But we used to go with my mom's company. Now they don't provide tickets, so you and I should go.
Oh, I'm actually going Monday.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, with the Fam Bam.
Oh, cool.
I'll see you.
Sick. Have so much fun.
Thanks.
I'll still go. I'm gonna figure out a way to go because it's a great cause. So you guys should go if you're in the Vegas area. What did I write here? Oh, the box is being delivered with all the names.
Oh my gosh! I was like, whoa.
Fuck. His entire house is covered
with a naughty or nice list, which I love that it's like he doesn't make the list in this universe. It just gets sent to him, and I'm like, who's making the list?
Magic. It's the elves. It's Bernard, probably.
Bernard, he's looking at all these motherfuckers. But yeah, he's getting more into his Santa bag, and now Charlie's mom and Neil are like getting concerned. Like they're like, this is not okay.
Yeah, because like every day they see. Well, yeah. So at the soccer game, they weren't at the soccer game originally, but then they showed up and fucking Scott. I keep calling him Calvin. Scott is wearing like something that looks like Santa. He looks more like Santa because he's gained weight and he has the beard, and they hadn't seen him since then, and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh my god, you're taking this too far.
So Neil was just like, you know what we have to do, and so they filed for full custody, right?
I don't know. I will say though that this courtroom scene is actually very accurate, like the language they're using. They got a temporary restraining order for the holidays pending a hearing where they would actually decide custody, which is how it would happen.
Yeah.
The judge kind of has to make a split decision based on like the welfare of the child, and then they decide it like at a full hearing where Scott could call witnesses and all the shit.
Yes. And so for the holiday season, he's not able to see Charlie.
Which sucks.
Which is so sad.
But also, I understand why Neil and the mom would be like, you're going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, for
and
sure,
God
like-
only knows what you're going to do.
Yeah, out of nowhere, you think that you're a fictional
And
character.
you're having children sit on your lap, and it's weird. and
Yeah.
it's freaking everybody out. Yeah. But I did think it was a fascinating concept that had never occurred to me before I saw this movie. To stop believing in Santa Claus because you didn't get a gift you wanted.
Right.
I don't think I know anyone who that's the reason they stopped believing in Santa Claus.
No. But that was the reason for both the mom and Neil.
Yeah, and they offered it like that's why people stopped believing in Santa Claus. And I was like, that's okay. Like, I feel like it's usually just an older person telling you.
Yeah.
Or you
Or-
like notice your parents putting out presents or something.
Yeah. Or you just hear enough from, media and stuff. You're like, oh, okay. So adults just like know that they are
Right.
Santa.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, both of
Yeah, but they're like, I didn't get a weenie whistle. I didn't get a board game, so that's why I stopped believing in
He's like,
Santa.
I
And
was 3,
like,
and I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
like
what?
as a 3-year-old, I'm pretty sure I didn't get presents I wanted, and I wasn't like, therefore Santa's not.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I just thought that was an odd concept.
It is very odd, and it's weird that they brought it up for both of these people.
Yeah,
in
they're
this
like,
movie.
me too, and I was like, what?
It's so weird, but that all ties in at the end, of course.
Mhm.
And then okay, so like I skipped forward in my notes because after the custody, I fast forwarded to like actual Christmas, which
Yeah.
it came
It's pretty
pretty
close.
soon after
Yeah.
that. I think. But he went to go visit Charlie first before,
Yeah,
right?
and he's like, we can't hang out, but then he's like, we just have to keep it a secret or something.
Yeah, he's like, look,
Mm-hmm.
I've been gaslighting you this whole time about the night where I found out that I was Santa Claus. Now I know that you're right. So, but we maybe shouldn't talk about it.
Yeah, we have to keep it on the low, but I think he does agree. Like, you can come with me for Christmas.
Yeah. So he like steals him. He like kidnaps
Him fully.
Yep. And so he kidnaps him, or like the mom was nice enough to be like, yes, you can come in and say hi to
Yeah.
Charlie, whatever, which
Mhm.
was nice because she didn't have to do that.
Yeah, and it backfired.
And it hella backfires because she left the room and all of a sudden she comes back and they're both fucking gone. And she's like, what the fuck? So then they go to the North Pole and Charlie had already thought of everything for his sleigh, a fucking cookie dispenser
And the hot cocoa with the cool cups again.
in the sleigh, dude.
Yes.
Wild.
And they have like all these safety precautions, and Tim Allen just keeps being like, what if I fall off a roof?
Yeah,
And no
what
one's
are we doing
addressing
about
it. But then his previously most hated reindeer, Comet, then gives him some rope. And he's like, is this if I fall off the roof?
Yeah, Comet
It's so
reminds me
cute.
of Bugsy so much.
Oh, yeah.
So much because his eyes are just like like
Mm-hmm.
he's like, did you just growl at me? I'm like, oh my god, Bugsy.
Bugsy AF.
R.I.P. to the
R.I.P.
real one.
King.
R.I.P. King. He really was. Okay. And then I wrote ELFS hot because I was obsessed with, like I said, I can't remember his name, but it's like the main dude with black, like curly, short hair. Obsessed with him. He was also, he was very androgynous.
Yeah.
You cannot tell,
Right.
you can't tell, which I think is hot. And that's probably why when I was a kid, I was like, why am I fucking obsessed with him? Now I'm queer.
I also wrote Santa was early on the brow laminate game. Did you notice Tim Allen's Santa eyebrows?
No.
They're like fully brushed up and gelled. And I was like, oh,
Ooh.
hello.
Sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Loves it. Oh, okay. So a line that okay, well actually I'm getting ahead of myself, but okay. So he goes into all these people's houses. Obviously he's Santa. He's delivering the presents. He's much sweeter to all the kids that he saw the year before. And then he goes into his ex's and Neil's house. Why can't I remember her name?
I know.
It's not Jill. I can't remember her name. Doesn't matter. So he goes into their house and he gets caught by the cops who have been looking for Charlie because of course
he kidnapped him.
yeah, because of course he kidnapped him. And he's a little white boy. So
Which, yeah, fun fact, you'll hear a lot of figures about missing, endangered, kidnapped children, which are bad, but most of them are situations like this, where a parent who doesn't have custody takes the kid. And it is considered kidnapping.
yeah, which is horrifying.
But sometimes it gets spun as like, strangers are coming to kidnap your children out of nowhere. And it's like, that's not really
No,
happening.
not exactly. But,
Very rare. Anyway.
But so he gets caught by the popos. They take him in to be questioned or whatever, and so everyone's like, "What's your name?" And they want him to say his name, but he keeps saying different versions of Santa Claus.
Scene.
And the one that my brothers and I literally quote like every couple
Can
days.
I guess?
Yeah.
Papa Gijo.
Yeah. Papa Gijo. And
Which
then
I
he just,
read
like,
on the
smiles.
IMDb trivia page is not a name for Santa Claus.
Really?
It's just something weird Tim Allen came up with.
fucking beautiful.
Papa
God, I love
Gijo.
it. But he says like all these different iterations of Santa Claus, and then he's just like Papa Gijo, which we quote like multiple times a week. And then I wrote ELFS are literally a cab.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, they break into a police precinct and
Yeah.
like get him out with like tinsel that cuts through metal.
Yep, and they fully fucking tie up a cop, and they're like, "Fuck you!"
They shove a
like,
donut in his mouth. I was like, Jesus.
there are so many scenes of cops with fucking donuts and coffee, and I love it, baby. It makes it makes me feel powerful. Oh my god, yes. Oh, and I literally wrote that right here. I love how many donut and coffee popo scenes there are.
Yeah, and the elves go, "We're elves with attitude," which is obviously a reference to NWA,
Yep.
which is just amazing.
So good, so fucking good. And then I wrote, okay. Oh, so then, yeah. So ELFS and little boy Charlie break his dad out of prison, and then they just keep going, right? To
Yeah,
different
they like
places?
do their thing, and then they end up back at the mom's house to return Charlie at the end of the night. But he like shows up on the sleigh, so they're like, "Oh my god,
Right.
you're actually Santa Claus! Holy shit!"
Right, holy fucking shit. And he kind of like, they kind of see the twinkle in his eye too. That's
You're right.
part
No,
of it.
they didn't even see the sleigh at that point. They see the sleigh after, but they're like, "Oh my god, you're Santa Claus!"
Yeah, they just like, no, and Neil's like, I need a second.
He's
He like walks
"Daddy?"
away. And then Charlie says, "It's okay, Neil. You were just denying your inner child." And I was like, ha!
And he goes, "You're going to be a great psychiatrist one day, kid." And he goes, "No, I think I'll go into the family business." At which point, Brent, who is watching this with me, goes, "Is he going to kill his dad?" And I was like,
my God.
I didn't even think about that.
Neither. Or maybe he just has to be the first person to put on the suit after he died.
Maybe. But this brings up an interesting point for me that I'm not sure what the movie is trying to say about fatherhood. Because, you know, like the term Disneyland dad?
No.
Okay, so Disneyland dad is like the dad who's not around, but when you go see him, he takes you to Disneyland, he buys you a bunch of presents, he tries
Yeah.
to buy your love, and then he's fucking gone. And that's all he does. And I was like, that's kind of what's happening. Like, he's like Santa Claus dad. Like, Charlie only likes him because he's Santa. And he kind of like conflates these things.
I agree with that, but I will say as well, once he started really accepting his role as Santa Claus, he started becoming inherently sweeter and more thoughtful. So
But I'm like, would Charlie love him if he wasn't Santa Claus?
I don't think that he would have become as sweet as he is without being Santa Claus.
But let's just say he gives the suit to somebody else. I feel like Charlie's obsessed with the fact that he's doing Santa Claus things, not that he's nicer. He doesn't want to just hang out with his dad. He's like, I want to do Santa Claus stuff.
Well, I think he wanted to spend quality time with him, but Scott was such a dick, because there's even a part where at the beginning, I don't know, Scott said something to him about like hanging out with Neil, and then he's just like, Charlie says, "I like Neil. He listens to me."
Yeah.
So I think he just is looking for someone to not think of him as a nuisance, and once he becomes Santa Claus, he wants to spend more time with Charlie as well.
But it just felt like Disneyland dad, but Santa Claus dad.
For sure.
Like, you're just doing all this bells and whistles to bamboozle this kid into liking you, but like, how much of it is you and how much is it you're fucking Santa Claus? And that's cool.
True, but I will say as well, he didn't choose to be Santa either.
Yeah, but irregardless. Whether he chose it or not, it's like, I just felt like Charlie is like, he only likes because you're Santa.
Yeah. But I haven't seen the newer movies because I think
That's true. There's this whole extended Santa Claus like universe that I also have not watched.
Yeah. And Charlie's older, and I think they get along, but I don't know. Maybe we should watch the other ones next year.
Yeah, it's like, what are you guys doing when it's not Christmas season? Or is this his full-time gig? Does he never get a break from being Santa? Like, that probably starts to get really old, too.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think we definitely have to watch the newer versions and see what's up. Because I do think that you have a very hardcore true point about him being Santa, and like, would they be close? Probably not.
Yeah,
but
I just
also
felt
he does become inherently kinder because he's Santa. So
That's true.
that is like, you know, both are true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're absolutely right. But
I just
also,
felt like,
I
so
think
like, yeah, if you're not Santa Claus, does this work?
I don't think it would have.
And that's sad. Like, if somebody else gets the suit, it's like, is this fucking over?
Maybe. I guess we have to watch the other movies and see what's up. Dun, dun, dun. But I had never heard that term before, Disneyland dad. And that's so... a lot of kids who went to our high school had dads like that. Oh, and then I... oh, yeah, and then at the very end, Neil and his ex-wife get the gifts that they were longing for when they were kids,
Yes.
which was
and
very
she
cute.
throws the custody paper on the fire, which is not how that works, but...
No, I was watching that and I was like, this can't be... Okay.
Yeah, he still would fully be arrested by the cops for kidnapping because they don't care that you threw the papers in the fire. They're binding court documents.
Fucking... Damn, they just needed,
maybe
they
she
needed
did
you
his
on this movie.
Symbolism.
Yeah, they needed you on this movie to iron out some of the
So yeah, in
deets.
case any of the audience thought that if you just burn court documents, they're not real anymore. Not true.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the movie.
Yeah, and then they you know, he goes, no, wait. What is the last line? I was thinking of the last line when he first becomes Santa Claus, where he goes, in the morning, I'm getting a CAT scan.
Oh, yeah.
Which I fucking love.
He has so many good one-liners in this, and you know that he wrote them or he just said them off the cuff because
Right.
they're so his brand.
And that's the thing. I understand he's like a Republican shithead, but I also genuinely think he's so funny.
There's a handful of Republican shitheads who I think are funny too.
And people contain multitudes.
Exactly. My dad is one of the funniest fucking people on the planet, in my opinion, and he's also very Republican.
A little RS action.
Which fucking sucked. Well, actually, he considers himself libertarian, but like we all know what that
That's
means.
code for Republican.
Yeah, we all know that. But no, he's also very fucking funny. And people contain multitudes, just like you said.
And Brent and I genuinely love the show Last Man Standing.
I still haven't
It's
seen
so
it,
funny.
but I know.
And most of it is like him becoming less conservative. Like most of the episodes are like he learns a lesson from his daughters about like not being such an asshole. It's like most of what the episodes are. Which I feel like people don't give it a chance because they're just like, it's Tim Allen's Republican show. But it's like, just actually watch it.
I think
It's
I'll
very
watch
funny.
it. I'll watch it. What is it on Hulu or?
I think so. It's
Okay.
on Hulu or Netflix. Or
I'll look it up. Oh, also
something.
this movie you guys can watch on Disney Plus.
Mhm.
That's how I found, or not found it, but I knew. It was on
She
there.
discovered it.
I discovered it and I told everybody. No, but it's on Disney Plus, just so y'all know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the end of
That's
the movie.
it.
Okay, let me pull up my trivia.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I'll try to find a quiz.
I think I only have 5 questions. No, 6. Okay. They're so easy too.
Okay.
Like,
yay.
Who plays Scott Calvin?
Tim Allen.
What state is the movie set in?
Is this obvious?
I don't know.
Which state is the movie set in?
Kind of,
Is
yeah.
it Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Which, weirdly enough, a lot of fucking Christmas movies are set in Illinois. I don't know why.
Yeah. Do you think John Hughes started it with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? A hilarious movie that I just saw for the first time.
And I still haven't
Shout out
seen it,
Joe.
which is
Thank
atrocious.
you for showing us. It's so funny. You would love it.
I know. And
You're going to
everyone
fall
told
in
me.
love with John Candy's character.
I just love John Candy in so many things, so I know I will love him in this.
Mm-hmm.
Who does Scott turn into?
Santa Claus.
What happens to the original Santa?
He's fucking dead.
Yeah, he falls off the roof, baby. And what is the Santa Claus?
The Santa Claus is the somehow legally binding language on the business card that forces Tim Allen to be Santa Claus forever.
Beautiful. And last,
Which could be a horror movie in and of itself.
it really could be. And lastly, which gift did the mom want from Santa Claus that she did not get?
The mystery dating game board game.
Hee hee. Which, by the way, I loved all the games like that when we were kids.
And isn't mystery dating game the one that that serial killer was infamously on? Was it Tom Bundy? That's not his name.
Not Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. I was like, what's his fucking name?
But like a serial killer was on there. Was it Ted Bundy?
I thought it was Ted Bundy.
I know a serial killer was on one of those shows.
Yeah.
Which is
I think it was Ted Bundy.
Wild. I didn't think it was him, but maybe it is. But either way, scary as fuck. But yeah, okay, you got a 100%.
Yay! So I couldn't find a which Santa Claus character are you, but I did find a which Home Improvement character are you.
Oh, nice.
I think it's gonna be the closest we're gonna get.
Okay, cool.
Okay, what is your age? I'm just gonna choose it.
31.
31 to 40. What is your gender?
Female, I guess.
Like, Female.
I'm just not. Okay, let me just tell the
Yeah.
audience right now. I
Lay
do
it on out.
not like presenting super effeminate, and also I hate when people are like, "Oh my god, you're like a femme queen." I'm like, "No, I'm fucking not," and I hate when people say that to me. So, female, but also I'm like a she they. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like a goddess energy.
Thank you.
You know? Okay. Out of these, which is most important to you? Sports or cars, your family or job, looks, different cultures, the environment, heavy metal music. They're so random. This is from a kind of shady website, by the way, called gotoquiz.com.
Okay, what sucks is my family is so important, but I don't give a fuck about jobs.
Well, it is your family or job, not and.
Oh, I thought it was slash. Okay, I was my family,
Okay.
which includes my chosen family.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
Which word appeals to you most? Power, welfare, beauty, repair, smart, hopelessness. I'm gonna be like, hopelessness is the most appealing? Jesus.
Wait, what was the first one?
Power.
Wait, can you repeat them all to me
Yes.
again? I'm sorry.
Power, welfare, beauty, repair, smart, hopelessness.
I'm gonna go with beauty
Beauty.
because it's the best one out of all
Right?
of those.
I know,
and,
like, this is
that
an
and
easy one.
and also like smart. Like, I don't know. That could be a little sus answer as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. How would you greet somebody? Hello, hi, hey, Heidi ho.
I would never say Heidi ho, although it's cute.
We should start saying it.
I'll say hi.
Hi. Okay.
Hi.
What is your favorite sport? Soccer, football, shopping, building, IDK.
Building?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say building because my family owns some land in Arizona and we have 40 acres, so most of it is just like plain land with nothing on it, and I've been wanting to build some shit up there. I asked my dad if we could build a little oven to possibly
oven?
make pottery.
Ooh, a kiln.
A kiln.
Nice.
And there's ways to do it so I was like,
That'd be
I think I'm gonna
fucking
build a
cool.
kiln.
Oh, if you guys had like a little pottery studio out there.
That's what I want.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I think I'm gonna do this. Okay, but anyway.
I have taken some pottery classes.
I
If you get a
know.
wheel, I could try to do something on it.
You made me an incredible, and I still use it. I
Aw.
use it to like hold my keys and stuff. It's an ashtray, but I can't smoke in the house.
It's like
So
a
I-
little flower vagina bowl.
And it's like this greenish, like it's so beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I love it very much.
Yay.
You killed
Okay. I had grand plans. I was like, I'm going to make all my loved ones pottery. And then I realized how fucking hard it is. So sorry if I didn't get you a pot. It's not because I don't love you. It's because I suck at it. All right. Next
She
question.
doesn't. It was great, but anyway.
If you see something broken in the home, such as a dishwasher, what do you do? Fix it and give it more power than it would ever need. Forget about it. Call someone to fix it.
I never use the dishwasher, so I'd probably,
Forget about it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'd forget about it. I only wash dishes by hand.
Yes.
So, I don't know.
Which to me, I'm like, why?
I don't know why. I just always have done it.
Okay, pick one. These are random. Sarcasm, teasing, a dramatic performance to make someone laugh, corny jokes.
A dramatic performance to make someone laugh for sure.
Yeah. Okay, we're almost done. What do you do after school or work? Work on the car, homework or chores, ball practice, or I'm retired.
I'm gonna put I'm retired.
I'm fucking retired. Okay. Out of the following, what music would you choose to listen to? Rock, opera, or metal?
Rock.
All right. That's our producer talking loudly in the background. For
He's on a
shame.
business
Anyway,
call.
one of the following, or out of the following, which movie would you most likely watch? Toy Story, The Lion King, any horror movie, any chick flick.
I'm between any horror movie, any chick flick, because chick flicks are great and they are given a very bad rap. I'll say chick flick.
Chick flick, hell yeah. Okay, out of the following, which food would you choose? Polish food, fast food, anything unhealthy. Polish food is so random.
That is so random. Polish food is also really good. Wait, are those the only options?
Yeah.
I'll
Polish
choose-
food, fast food, anything healthy.
I'll choose fast food.
Yum. What would you do if you found out you failed a huge test? Shrug it off, it's nothing unusual. Freak out. Yeah, right, you can never fail a test.
Oh, I'd shrug it off for sure.
Shrug it off, shrug it off. Do you see the glass half empty or half full?
Half full.
Truth or dare?
Oh, usually I'd go with dare.
Ooh. Do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Yes.
Hard
Okay.
yes.
The options were no, yes, or I don't know. You can't prove there is or isn't. But I like you to say yes.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Last question. Did you like this quiz?
Of
It has no
course.
effect. Okay.
I'm like, no.
Like little needy.
Fucking sucks.
Okay. You got Heidi. Oh my God. They break it down by percentage, which is cool. So you're 82% Heidi, 81% Tim. So very close. And then 63% Brad, 54% Wilson, 50% Al, 38% Jill, 30% Randy, 27% Mark.
Which one is Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
I think he's Randy or Mark. I think Mark.
Okay.
Okay,
Who's
but I'll
Jill,
read the
wife?
description for Heidi.
Heidi. Okay, you're gonna
Yeah.
read me the. Okay.
Congratulations, you are Heidi Keppert. She's one of Tim's coworkers and formerly addressed as the Tool Time Girl. She's all about the looks, and many, if not all men, worship the ground she walks on. She later becomes married and delivers a child in a gas station. I did not
You know what? That would be my
remember
vibe. I'm like
that.
double fisting taquitos
Oh my God.
and a
Okay.
Slurpee.
And then I'll hand you this and I'll take it.
Okay, Gorgine.
I think you have to refresh it to clear up
Will
your
do.
answers.
Refresh. Hey, baby. Okay.
Our dog's being very
Here we
cuddly.
go. What is your age? Got it. Gender? Got it. Out of these, which is most important to you? Sports or cars? Your family or job? Looks? Different cultures? The environment? Or heavy metal music?
Yeah, the family or job.
Beautiful. Which word appeals to you the most? Power, welfare, beauty, repair, smart, hopelessness.
Okay, beauty's the obvious choice, but to switch it up, I'm going to go with repair.
Okay, I
Repair
like
is
it.
beautiful.
How would you greet someone? Hello, hi, hey, or Heidi ho.
Hey.
What is your favorite sport? I think I know what it is. Soccer, football, shopping, building, or IDK.
Football.
Oh,
I've
yeah, I
recently
knew
gotten
it.
into football.
I knew it. She's
No
the
big
queen of
deal.
football, you guys.
Trying to win this fantasy football league. You know what I mean?
If you see something broken in the home, such as a dishwasher, what do you do?
I
Fix
call
it?
somebody.
Call somebody. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Smarty pants. Pick one. Sarcasm, teasing, a dramatic performance to make someone laugh, or corny jokes.
I gotta agree with dramatic performance to make somebody laugh.
And especially us together.
Yes, exactly. It's all shenanigans.
It is. What do you do after school or work? Work on the car, homework or chores, ball practice, or I'm retired.
I guess the homework or chores out of all of those.
Out of the following, what music would you choose to listen to? Rock, opera, or metal?
Honestly, metal.
Metal's great. Out of the following, which movie would you most likely watch? Toy Story, The Lion King, any horror movie, or any chick flick?
Any chick flick. Love it.
Fuck yeah. Out of the following, which food would you choose? Polish food, fast food, or anything healthy?
I'm gonna do Polish food.
It's good. It's
Get some
heavy.
pierogies in this motherfucker.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Really good. What do you do if you find out you just failed a huge test? Shrug it off, it's nothing unusual, freak out, or yeah, right, you could never fail a test, which honestly is you.
But I did fail a test for plagiarism one time.
No way.
And I didn't really care. It wasn't my fault.
So then, yeah, right. You
Yeah,
could
let's
never
do
fail
yeah,
a
right.
test.
That was the only time I failed, really.
Okay, I'm going to choose that one, of course. My A+ queen. Do you see the
I see that glass half full, baby.
the glass half full? Perfect. Truth or dare?
Oh, man. I like to mix it up. Like, I'll go truth.
Yeah. I like to mix it up too, but like dare I feel like when you play truth or dare, everyone says truth at first, and I'm the first one that like breaks the ice and I'm like, dare. Do you believe in aliens?
No.
Really?
No.
I didn't know that.
Here's the thing. Well, I think it's the last one. I don't know if you could ever prove
I
it.
don't know. You
I
can't
do
prove there
think
is.
that there's other intelligent life in the universe. I think it's very unlikely that we will cross their paths within the same time period. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I believe there's probably civilizations popping in and out of existence at all different times. And the odds that we would be able to visit each other on those timelines, I think, is basically non-existent. I think most of the alien stuff that we see is like ghosts, which I do believe in, or just like government shit.
But you do believe in them. Just you don't think that we'll ever meet them.
Yeah, I do think there's like other intelligent life in the universe. I just don't think they're coming here during our lifetime. You know, like maybe they were here when it was a primordial soup.
Right.
But just I think the odds of us having any interaction with them, like during this brief, tiny sliver that we have consciousness, is like truly a needle in a haystack.
Did I ever tell you? I'm not gonna name names here, but my ex's ex spoke to aliens.
Whoa.
And they have a whole YouTube channel about speaking to aliens.
Wow.
I need to show it to you because I hate to say it, but it is some funny ass sideways fucking shit.
Like laughing at them.
Yes, unfortunately, which is mean, but
I gotta see this.
you need to. It is some wild ass shit.
Okay, I'm very excited. I would love to.
And I don't want to be a judgmental fucking cunt, but there's no way I can't. Like, it's just funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. Okay, so do you want me to say yes or I don't know?
I think it's I don't know.
Okay. Did you like this quiz? Yes, no, or I don't know?
Yeah, I
Yes.
did.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
And
no.
the first one that pops up is, am I gay?
Am I gay?
Okay. Heidi.
Oh my gosh, we're both
So
Heidi.
you're 90% Heidi.
Dang.
You are 80% Al.
Oh my god, Al's such a little nerd. I love
Wait, which
it.
one is Al?
Al's like his like little friend with the mustache who's like he's always ragging on.
Oh, on the show?
Yes, he's always wears plaid.
Yes, okay. And you already know the
The Heidi description.
delivers a child. I don't think we've ever gotten the
What
same
percentage
answer.
am I, Tim Allen?
You are 49.
Okay.
So you're 80% Al, 74% Jill, 63% Mark, 61% Randy, 54% Wilson, 49 Tim, and 49% Brad Taylor.
Wow, I'm like not at all like Tim. Interesting.
Yeah, he's the one of the least that you're like.
Wow.
But you're 90% Heidi.
That's so funny.
That is funny. Okay.
Fun.
Well, that was really fun. And
Yeah, I don't know why I love this movie so much, but I do.
I think it's nostalgic, but I think it's also timeless. And I think it is like a lot of legal jargon, which must be fun for you. Mm-hmm. Also probably frustrating because you're like, you are so wrong. It's beyond.
I literally couldn't help myself from saying out loud when she threw the papers in the fire, that's not how that works.
That's not how that works. That's what I was thinking when she threw them in. Because of you, I was like, this is a binding contract. That's not okay. Whatever.
Maybe she was doing it out of pure symbolism.
Maybe she was to be like, I'm gonna talk to the judge tomorrow
Right,
or whatever.
yeah.
I don't know how that would work either, but
No, the judge would be like, you're all crazy.
yeah, like, you know,
I'm
what,
putting
you're all
this
going to
child in a
jail.
group home now. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm calling the police. But yeah, it's I think just a sweet movie, and I think it does feel so good to have the resolution between Charlie, his mom, and Neil and Tim. Well,
Right.
Scott Calvin.
And Charlie's so fucking cute.
Charlie is so adorable.
Tim Allen
Bernard-
is funny.
And yeah, Tim Allen is really funny. Bernard is hot. There's a lot of good quips, a lot of good like elbows in there, and I don't know, I just think it's really sweet and silly.
Yeah, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. And
No.
it's super fun.
Like there's jokes flipping over each other the whole movie, which is great. But no, I really loved it. I think Ebert was wrong.
Yeah, what this fucking Groucho Marx? I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Groucho, like you're bringing that up regarding the Santa Claus?
But that's what's weird is he gave it 2.5 stars, which is like pretty good for him. But then you just kind of like shit on it the whole review.
Yeah. I definitely want to make a list of all of the percentages or all the stars that he gave each movie that we've gone over already.
Yeah. Which, by the way, listeners, we have a Letterboxd account and we just literally give every movie 5 stars.
Yeah. Because you know what? I don't think I've disliked a movie we've watched so far.
And I just think it's funny to be
I
like,
like
they're
the-
all 5
Yeah,
stars.
they're all 5 stars to us. They're funny. But yeah, so stay tuned for next week. We're gonna bring out another holiday movie. I don't think we've decided which one yet.
Nah.
But,
It'll
like
be
we
a
know which ones are
surprise.
coming, but we don't know which one is next. But you'll have it. It'll be a good nostalgic holiday hoobie wuddy. And anyways, I love you, my wife,
I love you, my wife. My
You're the
Blockbuster wife.
my Blockbuster wife.
We love you, Blockbuster BBWs.
Yeah, Blockbuster BB Dubs. We love you guys so
Holding it
much.
down.
We're gonna post that picture of Stacy as a very cute baby and see what you think.
And the drink.
And the drink. Yes, you guys need to see that. It's chef's kiss, may I say.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. We love you so
Love you guys.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you to our producer Brent for his editing skills and to Grady for our delightful theme song.
If you have questions for us or would like to advertise with us, please email us at blockbusterwives@gmail.com.
And as always, please rate, subscribe, and tell all your friends about us.
We love you.